Hi, my name is Andrea Servant, but I prefer to be called Andy.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Alvarado.
And we're going to be going over Chapter 2, the impact of self concept and its relation to family.
So, a little background information. Why did we pick this content? We picked this content because we can both relate to the topic. We've dealt with it firsthand, and we're going to be talking about a couple experiences that we've had relating to this topic coming up.
And the experiences we'll be talking about are personal experiences, and they will also be connecting to the topic, and you'll be able to understand the terms.
What is the impact of this content? Like I said, we're talking about personal experiences. So, this it this topic has stuck with us for years.
We'll be focusing on the following terms from our textbooks. They are confirmation, rejection, self concept, and self esteem. And we'll also be going over the definitions. And for self esteem, we'll be going over how it's affected through culture and how we have received confirmation and rejection in our own personal lives from other people.
So, our first topic is affirmation versus rejection. I'll be talking about affirmation, and Andy will be talking about rejection. So, affirmation is a communication that tells another person that his or her self image is affirmed. So, I have a personal example. I, since I was a little kid, I've not been so good in school. I actually learned in second grade that I had a learning disability, and this has always affected me. I always thought less of myself, and it affected my performance in school and just overall self image. So, once I started college, I started getting good grades and I felt proud of myself. But it wasn't until that next step when my parents told me that they were proud of me, I was affirmed. So, this is the example of affirmation. So, you're feeling a certain way, and then a family member, because we're talking about family, affirms that feeling. And it's just a next step in feeling that emotion.
And there's also a boost in self esteem, too.
Yes, it is.
And for rejection, it is the negation of or an agreement with a self appraisal. So this isn't a personal example, this is just a general example. You know or you believe that you're amazing at math or in a certain topic. And when others see that, they may be jealous of you and will try to get you to think that you're not as good as you thought you were. And over time, their words will be affecting you to the point where you'll actually believe that you're not good enough, even though you were from the beginning.
The next term we'll be covering is self esteem. So, I found an article, it's Gratitude as a Variable of Meditation Between Parental Support and Self Esteem in Adolescence. So, one of the topics in there was the parents acknowledging the child. So there was a quote that I took out of there that said, "Children who perceive love, acknowledgement, and understanding from the parents develop self confidence." The second quote that I seen was emotional support. So, emotional support from close relationships is negatively related to psychological distress amongst adolescents. And it has also been found to be positively associated with self esteem. I want to reference this back to what we were just talking about, affirmation versus rejection. This can do a lot with your self esteem. If you are affirmed by a family member, someone close to you, you could have a higher self esteem, feel more confident in yourself. If you get rejected by a family member, someone close to you, you could have a low self esteem, and it can affect how you view yourself.
Culture. So, as we explained in the beginning, we'll also be discussing culture. And the first question we have is, how does culture affect the way we grow? So, story time. And this is my dad's personal experience, actually. So, I'm the youngest of five girls. And when my dad first found out that my mom was pregnant with my older sister, he was really happy. He was emotional. He was sharing it with anybody who would hear. And once my sister was born and brought home my grandmother had told him that he should never be left alone with her because she was a girl and because people were going to be thinking wrong about him being alone with his own daughter. Mind you, my grandmother was born around 1930s, 1940s, where there was a different type of mentality. And with my dad hearing that from his own mom, he told my mom, I don't want to be alone with her. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And even now that he's in his 60s, with his first granddaughter, he was still uncomfortable holding her alone in a room. And little by little, we were able to talk to him, it's okay for you to be alone with her. We trust you. And that rejection he felt from his mom, we had to build it up with self esteem and showing him that we trust him, we love him, and his granddaughters love him too. And second question, can we learn from him? Can we learn from it? Yeah, we can. My dad is now a grandfather of 5 granddaughters. And when my mom is unavailable, I leave my own daughter with him because I trust him and he loves her and she loves him. And there's no way that she would ever say no to going with him to be babysat.
So that brings us to our conclusion. After analyzing Chapter 2, the impact of self concept, and connecting materials to our own experiences, we have concluded that family plays a big role in one's self concept.
And the responses of confirmation and rejection from family members affect one's self concept in both positive and negative ways.
We have also found that culture views and beliefs can influence the way we interact and express ourselves with our family members.
In contrast, humans inherit desire to be loved and appreciated by the ones around them. And as a community and in modern time, it's our job to show one another that we care about them and that we'll be there every step of the way with them.
Thank you for watching.